in 3, 2, 1. All right, welcome. Today we're going to be changing out one of the headlights in the C3 Corvette. I don't like this intro. I'm going to start over. Good Lord, how are you supposed to get this damn thing open, get to the headlights? This isn't working. Let's try another way to get these open with them out actually being on. Let's do that. All right, so I'm going to use the headlamp override switch. And so, step one, I'm going to start the car. All right, now I'm going to turn my headlights on. And now the headlamps are opened up. And so, with that being said, I'm sorry to show my foot. Doesn't show very well there. Right there is the headlamp override switch, so I'm going to pull that down. All right, so now I come up here and I can turn off my lights, and actually I can even turn off the car. All right, now let's go see if the headlamps are still open. I know they are, I can see them, but for the sake of my audience, let's go take a looky-loo. Okay, so now the headlamps are open and no more crowbar business. That was just a joke, by the way. I didn't really use a crowbar. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is get access to the headlamp and take the bezel off. There's 4 screws that hold it on. There's one, and then there's another one over here. It's just like that one. Okay, and then there's 2 more up here. Mine's missing one right here, so the other one is right here. All right. And now, earlier I was talking about the interior trim pieces. You guys are probably like, what the hell's that for? Well, this bezel needs a little help getting out. And you want to be careful not to hang up your paint or anything. So I'm going to just persuade that just a little bit. All right, so now that that's out, we're going to replace this one here. There's 3 screws. Now don't get confused, there's some adjustment screws in there too. If you look over here, I'm after this screw that's holding on the metal rim, not the adjustment screw. The adjustment screw I'm going to leave alone. The headlights are fine. I'm going after, there's 3 of these that are holding the metal rim on. And so that's what I'm taking out right now. There's 1. 2. Make sure I don't lose these. I usually keep like a little pan or something so I don't lose these screws on the driveway, because then guess where they'll end up? In a tire of one of your vehicles. That's right. All right, so now I'm ready to take off this, which is what's holding it in place, and now the lamp will slide right out in it. Voila. Okay, and now I'm going to get the new one. So now I've got my replacement lamp, and I'm just going to connect this back. All right, and then I'm going to put everything back in here. So now that in, oops, and there is a certain way it goes. There's grooves for everything, and there is a groove right here because there's a spring. That groove allows for that spring. Okay, get everything lined back up, and it is. And I'm going to hold it in place. And let's get one in here. Okay. And there it is, that. And we'll do this one over here. Get it back in place. And the one down here, careful not to drop it. Now I got to put the bezel or bezel, whichever you prefer, back in, and it's a little tricky. It's a little trick-or-treaty. There's no real trick to it, it's just a simple trick. Okay, get this, you got to fight with it just a little bit. And careful not to damage your paint. It's just a little tricky. There. All right. Now that we got that in place, all right. That one. And now for the two upper, but mine's actually missing a screw. I didn't realize it was, but there it goes. Yeah, that was much easier putting the sides on first because then everything else just kind of fell into place. So, installed. And thank you so much for watching. I got lots of other videos out there. Hope you have a great day. Cheers. And just as a tip, my wife bought me this toolkit for interior automotive work, and I thought, oh, I'll use it once in a while. Oh my gosh, this I use this all the time for different things, as you've seen in several of my videos. So just a little helpful tip for delicate jobs. You know, you don't want to use metal. They're all hard plastic, and so they work great.